Good morning, friend, and happy Monday. Today, I want to talk to any of you who have ever thought about starting a side hustle or your own professional organizing business. So if you fall into either of those categories, then let me tell you, friend, I feel like I already know you because I was you. I want to share a little story with you. Way back in 2010, I took an intro course to learn how to become a professional organizer. But then I took no action, zero action for 8 whole years. You heard that right. It was another 8 years before I decided that I couldn't sit back anymore as my dream of owning and organizing business passed me by. I knew I had to start making a difference in my life and the lives of all the women around me. So in 2018, 8 years after I took that course, I started Grit and Glam with just $1,500 in startup capital. I had no team, no business plan, and definitely no backup plan. I just went for it. And it really has been a dream come true. I paid myself back that money within the first month, and I have never looked back. I am so proud of the success I've had so far. I've been able to help thousands of women declutter their homes, and in 3 years, I've built a company that employs 10 women. Now you might be thinking, good for you, Corinne, but I could never do that. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can have that kind of success too. Starting an organizing business doesn't have to be scary or overwhelming. In fact, it can be super exciting as long as you take the right steps and create a strong foundation for your business. You don't have to do everything all at once. In fact, you can't do everything all at once, but you do have to get started. And I want to show you how with my top 3 tips on starting an organizing business. Tip number 1, you might not like this, is just start. Just start. I see it all the time. I had the experience myself of amazing, capable, passionate women who dream about starting their organizing businesses, but keep telling themselves that they're just not quite ready to start or that now isn't the perfect time. Listen, friend, the timing will never be perfect. If you wait for it to feel like it's the perfect time, you will be waiting for a very, very long time, maybe even more than 8 years. Trust your gut and your instincts. Listen to your inner voice that guides you and just take the first step. You don't have to go all in and do all the things at once. You just have to start. And hear me out. Do not let perfectionism, which so many of us organizers struggle with, be a dream killer. Just start. Take any first step that feels right to you. Tip number 2 is to adopt the CEO mindset. To truly set yourself up for success from the get-go, it's so important to approach this venture as the business you're creating, even if it is just a side hustle for you to start, or even if your intention is for it always to be a side hustle. It is still a real business and you are still the CEO of it. Grit and Glam began as a side hustle, and from day one, I treated it as a legitimate business. You are the CEO of your organizing business, and seeing yourself in this way shows you and signals to everyone around you that this business is something to be taken seriously. Adopting this mindset is so key to keeping your focus when you inevitably get objections from those around you, or as the voice of critics come up, or even your own critic. It is so important that you have this mindset. The stronger your mindset, the more confidently you'll be able to ignore those external and internal voices so that literally nothing can stand in your way. And my final tip is this: know your stuff. If you're wondering how to start an organizing business, you're already likely a really good organizer. Even if you've only organized your own home, you probably can see any clutter-filled space and just immediately know where everything should go. But at the same time, there probably is a lot you don't know. So listen to me closely on this. You don't have to know every single thing there is to know about organizing before you start your business. But you do need to know enough to warrant being paid for your expertise. You also don't have to know every single thing about running a business before you start your business, but you have to know enough to at least know where your revenue is coming from and what your expenses are to make sure that your business remains profitable. There are so many resources that you can turn to for learning. I recommend starting by following other organizers, which you already likely do, studying organizing philosophy, listening to business podcasts, and brainstorming any and all questions and ideas that you have, and actually putting pen to paper or type it if that feels more natural to you. I know just how stressful it can be when you're trying to figure out how to start an organizing business from scratch. Before I started this business, I feel like I watched a million YouTube videos and read a ton of startup books, listened to a million podcasts so that I could learn every trick in the book. There were, candidly, a few times that I almost gave up, but I'm so glad that I didn't. I have certainly made mistakes, but mistakes are how we learn because it means we are taking action. And each of those mistakes have helped me turn Grit and Glam into what it is today. If you're feeling those same feelings of overwhelm and uncertainty about what to do next, but you also know that you are meant to do this, I would love to help. Tomorrow night, I'm hosting a totally free live webinar called Is Now the Right Time to Start an Organizing Business? I am going to be walking you through the mindset hurdles that might be standing in your way. I'm going to walk you through how you can overcome them, but we're also going to talk about if maybe now is not the right time for you. So I hope you will join me. I will also be sharing at the end of the webinar a little bit about my Organizers Foundations course plus coaching, which is designed to help talented women just like you build and grow successful professional organizing businesses the right way. This program really does take you from having a simple business idea and dream and turning it into a full-fledged, thriving business, one that you'll be super proud to be the CEO of. So the link to register for the webinar will be in the description. If you're watching this on Facebook, it will be in the link in my bio under For Organizers Free Webinar. You can click that. You have to be pre-registered to join me. Also sign up to get text notifications and you'll be joining my text fam. I will never spam text you, but I really hope you will join me. I hope to see you there. We have over 100 women already registered, and these women, they are not your competition. They are your future colleagues in the organizing industry. So come hang out, come learn a little bit, bring a drink. We're going to have a lot of fun. If you want to know more about Organizers Foundations and can't attend that webinar, as always, shoot me a DM and I would be happy to answer any questions you have. I hope you all have a fabulous week, but I really hope that I see a bunch of you tomorrow night. Bye, friend.